What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Anita's Joints. Hashtag extended joint. Where every day is payday, baby. You tuned in to another one. Now we got Tigres versus Suarez, the pregame here. And then also we gotta talk about Barbra Banda. She's in the headlines again. Her gender is being questioned again. And we're gonna use AI to help mirror what in essence we need to heal. Because clearly, Barbra Banda being targeted once again for the gender. I mean, like I said, I remember when I was on the other side of the frequency back when, I guess, 2024. See how the current just wrap backs around? But, anyways, Tigres for Suarez. We're going to get some pregame. Now, I got something from Pedro, and I think we'll hear from one of the players from Suarez. They went and did their pregames for these matches. And the last time I saw Tigres for Suarez, I believe it was a draw. Now, do I think Tigres have the ability to beat a Suarez team? Of course. Of course. They didn't get to the top of the table for no, just magically. They had to win games. But like I said, they level with Tuzas at the points, but I guess score differential. But I it's very interesting watching Tigres from behind the scenes because we really haven't been live streaming their currency because I've been with them since I watched Houston Dash, and now seeing the players that they have now. We saw Jackie go off to NWSL, and it's just like, damn, me personally, I we know what Mexico's all about, but it's just like, Mexico now have, Suarez is going to be a very tough opponent for Tigres, I believe. But just in general, the league is growing, the currency is up, naturally, and this playoff first match for them is a great test. Everyone feels like it's, you would say, 50-50, because in a way, Tigres, they're still new. This new group that they have of very, very technical, high intelligent players. With Jenny, of course, leading the midfield, it's about who connects with her the best. Up front with Catlana has to be an ace. And the Diana's, I mean, like I said, Diana from Houston Dash, Diana from Tigres are two different archetypes, correct? And so it's like, it's amazing to see because I got to see how she was and how some players were on my own team, Houston. But now with Suarez being a very, very competitive opposition, even though quote unquote they're in, like, what they said, they're eighth place, it's just a tough team when it comes to this new team that Pedro got. And like I said, I don't know, is it he's been playing what, Farmer, what, Mayor Jenny? Is that our best? You know what I mean? Like, look, we're gonna see what happens tonight. Yo, Telemundo's got it. They got it free on Tubi. So I mean, there are no, everyone should be able to watch and tap into the game. I tapped in last night to a little bit of Chivas, not Chivas, Tuzas and Cruz Azul. And like I said, Charlene, we're gonna get, apparently Charlene's still scoring goals for fun. Like, y'all telling me she leading the league in goals again this season? She's an elder. She's telling y'all, like, bruh, this is what she's got, 20 plus goals. Um, but like I said, I know it's an 18 team league. Okay, who cares? But it's like, the goals are there, and this is a 30-plus-year-old with multiple, like, this is like her, like, third or fourth season with 20 plus goals. That's wicked work. So it's just like, okay, can some people actually match that when they're like kind of like younger than her? Because it's incredible for a team. But then again, it's like how much, that's how much Tuzas rely on her when it comes to scoring goals, similar to like Bunny and Mexico, Bunny and Jamaica in Man City. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, very, very interesting. So yeah, like a lot of, and like I said, Barbara Banda, all this stuff. We got videos of some players, and not players, but that everyone's supporting Banda, which is great to see from the collective, because it's just like, now it's just like, oh, I guess we're numb to it, or I guess like it's like we've already been through it. That's how I feel like. Um, but we're gonna see how this mirrors also. But I guess we can hear a little bit from Pedro. Now, I was, man, listen, Tigres Femenil, Tigres YouTube, yo, y'all the best team in Mexico, but the English subtitles. So that's an issue. So thankfully, we had the bootleg subtitles. Now, if you are Spanish speaking, listening, you know, and the subtitles are off, listen, blame Google, blame their translation of your language. Not, what I'm saying. Hopefully, the main thing is I can understand what the hell Pedro gonna say. And it is about the lineup. I do think Diana. Catlana, of course, and Maria should be the starters, obviously, right? They're the starters up front. And then you, obviously, Jenny. Um, or do you play? It's like, do you bring Jennifer in? It's like, is she always going to be off the bench? And then, like, what about Barbara? Like, we have really good technical players to just possess the game because Suarez are very, very, I would say physical, but very disciplined. Uh, and so, like, Grace is the player that dictates that whole midfield. So I feel like if Tigres can trap her and make sure she has a difficult time controlling, they should be able to overpower them just based upon the talent that they have. But if not, as far as have some aces in their places, and do what they do, they can get out. Like I think in this format, or based upon last year, if they still draw and draw, Tigres go for it because of the positioning in the standings. Now I don't like that because I want a team to win, then get a draw. Because what are draws? Like, what is that? I don't know what the hell that is. So we need a winner. But like I said, uh, first we'll see how tonight goes. The lineup is going to be very important. And like I said, let's tap in. Like I said, I haven't tapped into Tigres in a while with the collective. You know what I'm saying? So we already in the playoffs. They did well this season, top of the table. I mean, but not really. They should have. I saw that last match too. I watched the last match, and I'm just like, y'all lucky. Y'all got those 2 goals back. But it's just like, listen, these are 3 points y'all need to be getting because y'all should have just won the league on points instead of having to default in something, because to me it's a share. And what the hell, you know what I'm saying? But so I feel like tying Tuzas on points is a little dash on the title asterisk. And now it said, it's like they have to prove this collective of Tigres is like I said, it's very interesting. This collective of Tigres, because it's like they're not as you remember, that Club America team with Sarah, Scarlett, and who else Club America, Salazar, and that Club America team that kept going to the finals but kept losing. This is the first time Tigres are actually, and they're not even in the finals. This is like their first postseason together as this group. So we're really gonna see, like I said, just like in in sports, when it gets to these times, it's like, all right, who's really gonna step up? Now this is like, we need to have points on the board, just win the match. And this is really when we get to see, like, Tigres, how was your season? Like, ultimately, Pedro, do you have the right players out here? Like, this no bullshit. Like, so it's like, as far as like, hey niggas, based upon your regular season, we even neck and neck with you. So it's like, how do Tigres differentiate themselves from them, from Flores, and like, will they have the ability to do it? And I feel like they do. Now here's the thing: every time I tapped into Tigres, they like, when they finally played, I believe it was a very, it was like, Barbara was in it, Jennifer was in it, Catlana probably, Jenny. These are our archetypes that we need to have in the game, that have creation from, they can just create, and they just comfortable on the ball just to proceed and move the game. We don't need people that stall or just that want to possess the ball more, but then kind of like are late on creating opportunities. In key position, Natalia Colin, she's a key player for Tigres to actually have in the back line as a stabilizer next to Greta, and then Annika has to be on point. She can't be making reckless tackles. And who's playing? It's like, damn, who's playing on the other side? And that young Maria girl, who knows what Pedro's gonna do with this lineup? This is his first postseason lineup, Pedro. You can't mess it up. This is it. And even though this is can you believe it? This is Pedro's first season, right? He's got the ladies already at the top of the table. So we kind of give him his flowers on that aspect. But then it's like, all right, boy, let's, what you got here? I think us haven't won in a while, right? Like, I think the last champion we was with was Mila, right? So it's like, Monterrey has won twice. Natuza actually got the win. So it's like, hey, look, the glory, the silverware has not come home to, Tigres in a while. So I think if they can't get it done, I mean, the mission is to get it done this season with this group. Because it's like, you already here? You might as well, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, that Club America team, I still feel it's like they're itching for their title. It's just like, damn, when will it be Club America's time? Like, I haven't really tapped into Club America, but I'm just like, damn, y'all been consistently performing. Y'all went to the final twice. Y'all just been in Club America, been in discussion of winning the title, and they flopped twice. Like, that's right. They were against Monterrey the second time, right? And then they were against Tuzas this last season. So it's like, man, Club America, are they gonna actually finally produce their title in this with their group? And it's like, man, and so Tigres, like I said, it's very important. It's very important to have a good start off to the playoffs because I would say to anybody. I mean, Tigres haven't won anything in a while, so people are not really. I'm not saying like counting them in or counting them out, but it's just like other teams have maybe better teams that are already kind of used to getting a little deeper in the postseason over these last couple seasons. You know what I'm saying? So, and we don't even know how it's gonna be. We don't even know how this match is gonna play out, and that's why it's like we don't even have a vision of this team getting it done because we haven't seen it yet. So that, I mean, I think that's good. I think it's good for the intro. What y'all think about that? All right, let's see if I can find Pedro over here. All right, I think we got it here. Let's see. Okay, not the one. This is not the one with the subtitles, but this is on YouTube. Is it this one? So she off rip. Like I said, I'm sorry, the subtitles are delayed on my end, but like I said, this is the best I could do with the options I was given. Therefore, so once again confirmed, Suarez and Tigres. Tigres could never get a victory. No 3 points. Like I said, Pedro could not beat Tigres. I mean, Pedro could not beat Suarez this season. And like I said, it was the first opportunity to get a look at his team against Suarez, and he couldn't get it done. That was a team that was difficult. And coincidentally, you have opportunity to play them. Now you're gonna have to get it done unless you kind of settle for a draw, right? But really, that's not how I want Tigres to end up getting to the championship is through a draw. You gotta win. So like I said, a team you haven't technically beaten. So it's like we don't have, even in this season, we don't have division of this team beating Suarez. So it's like it's really, really fresh and really raw and new. Because there is no, I mean, we can't look back. We can look back at last season, but that's last season. We have to go from this season. Y'all ain't got no wins against this opposition, and that's why Suarez is like, hey nigga. I mean, anyways, pull up. No, not that's 4. Damn, that's almost a handful. And there were 4 consecutive matches without being able to beat Suarez. Is this? I know this translate. Listen, come on now. That's too many, Pedro. That you have to see them, Pedro. You faced Suarez 4 times and you ain't beat him. See, that's a red flag in Pedro's playbook. By the 3rd matchup, you're like, damn, okay, what do I need to change tactically? But then when it comes to the 4th time, it's like, okay, I really do need to change something because now it's about to be the 5th time, Ninja, and you ain't beat them yet. So where that momentum need to So who knows what type of match we'll get tonight? Because it's just like Pedro hasn't changed his playbook against Suarez clearly. Even though, but I feel like you gotta, if you play them, if this is right 4 times, you ain't won one. Come on now. Now you gotta meet them again. Oh, see, you know what I'm saying? Look. Hold on now. You say, in fact, they are the second team in the league that has conceded the fewest goal. Fewest goals. So not only, oh my goodness, there goes, y'all got a really good test. A team that doesn't, allow opposition to score, and a team you haven't beaten 4 consecutive lineups. See, now this like I said, this is the if Tigres want to win a championship, they have to break through this, and it's going to be, like I said, in a light that we haven't seen it in, and or Suarez, you know what I'm saying? Shit, Suarez said, like, we got a different vision. Hey, so once again, I think we still good a good hour out. You know what I'm saying? We still got a good hour, since for the game to kick off. So we cool. Damn. I hope they caught the rest of the subtitles because I don't know what the hell Pedro's saying. Let's see. All right. Well, damn. All right, Pedro. I think we got enough from you, anyways. Very tough opposition that you have to face. So I guess let's a little bit tap into the second half of this live stream is about Barbra Banda, Wicked, um, and what's been going on with the collective. But hold on. I mean, I get hold on. Let's hear from Suarez. We ain't done over here. Let's hear from Suarez. Bravas. It says Bravas will seek to take advantage against Tigres. Hold on now. Wednesday, Suarez closed their preparation. Like I said, this is Google Translate. Hey, preparation for their match against Tigres Femenil. Okay. It says, led by Oscar Fernandez, had they just defeated, what is it, Gallos Femenil 4-0 at home last match day. Wow. So they'll have much to play for. After qualifying 8th with 27 points. Okay. Tigres, of course, barely got the 2-2 draw against Cruz Azul. Okay, yes, we're gonna watch this video from Myra Castillo. Prior to the match, Myra Castillo spoke at a press conference where she highlighted that the first objective was met, which was to be in the playoffs. But now they seek to make history and become the fourth best of the tournament for the first time. Okay, so they want to get to the semifinals. It wasn't a typical tournament due to several factors, but we achieved the first objective, and now we want to make history. We know that entering, I guess that isn't like Gilia, is a competitive, new tournament. We have this new opportunity to continue fighting and make history. We are very motivated and very excited, and we know Tigres is a great rival, but we have the attitude to go with everything. Said the experienced midfielder. And I think we looked it up. She's like 33, 34. So she is an elder for Suarez, one of them. I think they have Marcado still over there too, I believe. So yeah. See, and this is Tigres and Tigres preview for the match against Suarez. I got what they got over here for us. How y'all think Eve settled in? I think I've had some. I think I've seen some different map, different games for her. I think she's good on the corner kicks. She makes really good corners. Um, but I just think she needs to continue to get playing time. Obviously. Oh, okay. So take us right here. We want It says we present a series of previous data related to our match against Juárez Femenil corresponding with the first leg quarterfinals in this year's tournament. Let's get it. Tigres Femenil Juárez have only met once in the playoffs. Okay. 2024 they eliminated them aggregate 2-1 last year. Okay. Okay, so Tigres played Suarez 74 times, 42 wins, 21 draws, 11 losses. Tigres closed the regular season of the 10 consecutive games without losing, 8 straight wins and 2 draws. So that draw against Cruz Azul, that's really nice for Tigres, you know what I'm saying? Like Diana and Jennifer, or sorry, Jenny, were Tigres players that scored the most, 14 goals each. Damn. Shout out to Jennifer and Diana, bro. Shout out to Jenny and Diana. Tigres and Tuzas were the teams that scored the most regular season goals, 60 plus, or 60 goals each. So they set some records. Okay, it says Tigres was the team that received the fewest goals. Okay. And that's why I guess Suarez was like the next second closest. So they only conceded 11. That's not bad. It says Greta, Maria, Jenny, Diana were Tigres players who played the most. What? 17 matches? So these are key players. Well, or at least the ladies stayed healthy, right? If you're gonna bet, go bet smartly. What y'all think? A draw? Is that smart? Man, they got plus 40. Is that like 400? Y'all do the math. Y'all do the math, bro. Okay, I think shout out to Liga MX memes. Let's translate this real quick. Diana, man, you see the transition from Diana being at Houston Dash to Liga MX Femenil? Like I said, I think this is a huge boost for players like Diana to be able to see like how the two different teams was able to elevate her game and she can play, well. And the fact that it's her second half of her home country is even more positive. And it's just like, man, I got two homes, which is amazing since you're a dual citizen. Even on paper too, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, Diana, well done. Super happy for you. 17 matches, 14 goals, third in the league, 4 header goals, I guess. Okay, first. 50 balls won in the opposition area. Second in the league, 30 headers in the opponent area, second in the league. And this is just her first tournament in Mexico. Like I said, Diana doing big things ever since she crossed back to why is NWSL trending, nigga? Oh yeah, are y'all watching NWSL? I know I haven't really tapped in only with the Barbra Banda stuff right now. What's going on here? Chadwinga, look at the Japanese sensation right there, Manaka. Anyways, shout out to everyone in NWSL in this bitch. Juju Watkins is with Boston Ball's legacy. Okay. Juju on the beat, nigga. Okay. Well, anyways, I gotta be careful scrolling on the timeline. Oh my goodness. Also, don't forget, man, Tigres are gonna go participate in this little tournament here. What y'all think? Hey, look, I was talking hella shit at the first inaugural one, because I was like, it was like Man City, PSG, Manchester United. Who was it? Was Lyon there? It was all the European ones. So now that Mexico pulling up, I'm like, all right, so y'all, you know what I'm saying? That's what's up there. I just got invited. It's always nice to get invited, I guess. But we'll see how this seven things looks out for Tigres. What players go out, and it's gonna be what? Uh, I think it's going to be. Let's read about it. Let's see. World Sevens football continues to strengthen its elite squad in its upcoming North American debut, adding two women's soccer powers, Tigres of Mexico and Deportivo Cali Femenino of Colombia. Okay. And they joined Club America of Mexico. So Club America, well done. And Flamingo of Brazil. Okay. AFC Toronto of Canada for the North American debut of the World Sevens football. And who won that one? I don't really remember. I know Man City didn't. So Tigres, listen, opportunities to get the job done. Pedro, I don't know who. Wait, because it doesn't Pedro get invited or who gets invited? But I just think this is once again these little tournaments to see Mexico tap in, Club America. Club America, Mexico, Club America, and Tigres representing for what I'm saying. Shout out to them. Flamingo of Brazil to see AFC Toronto of Canada. All right, World Seven soccer. Well, I'm saying World Seven football. Continues to strengthen. Yeah, like we read that shit. Okay. So the renowned teams joined to grow the list of teams will compete in a 7v7 format tournament December 5th to December 7th, 2025 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And that's very interesting that they didn't just invite one of the USL teams too, because aren't they in there? Damn, that would that give the USL too much exposure? But it doesn't make sense. Like, okay, Fort Lauderdale literally has a professional women's football team, I believe, in the USL Women's Super League. But the World Seven football didn't give them an invite, and it's in North America. Wouldn't that be like so? It's only NWSL teams, maybe. Well, no NWSL teams are here either. So, very interesting. Maybe we'll have that. But we're still waiting for USL slash. Well, I think the teams actually already played each other. I think USL Super League teams have already played NWSL teams. I just haven't watched them. Not Sarah Cummings, really? CEO of Seven World Soccer. She says, so this is their goal. I want to welcome Tigres Femenil and Deportivo Cali to our first W7F tournament in the North America, which powerfully reflects our mission to unite world-class clubs and expand global opportunities for female soccer players. The teams represent the best of their regions with rich histories, passionate hobbies, and a deep commitment to the growth of women's soccer. We are proud to offer a platform where elite talent can compete for one of the sport's biggest crowns and gain international visibility. This tournament is more than football. It's about creating meaningful paths for female athletes and celebrating the excellence of clubs around the world. Okay, who is this? We are honored to participate in the World 7 football tournament in North America, declared. Who's Marcinho Gabriel Garvan? He's the president of Tigres? The president of Tigres is a man? Oh, Lord. This initiative format can only bring benefits to women's soccer. It is a dynamic global tournament with many possibilities for growth. And it is a privilege to compete alongside some of the most respected clubs in the world to showcase the talents, passions, and dedication that define our team. And honestly, I've never seen Deportivo Cali Femenino, Cali, Colombia. I ain't never seen them, but we gonna get to know them. You know what I'm saying? The visibility is limited out there in Colombia. I don't get I ain't tapped in, so we gonna see who y'all got over there. Who be the who's over there, huh? You know what I'm saying? Y'all really gonna have to make a splash. Everyone's gonna have to be influential. Like, not just against Tigres, not just against Club America. But it's like, man, are we gonna get to know some of the Cali Columbia girls? We gonna find out. Do you already know some of them? Oh, shit. Because this is the domestic. This is like the inner. Says Deportivo Cali Femenil has established itself as pioneers. Oh, so they're the first of their kind. As a pioneer of South American women's soccer, winning the title of the Professional Women's League in 2021 and consistently produced top-level talent for the Colombian national team. With a strong focus on youth development and an offensive and brave style of play, the club has earned its place among the continental's elite. Your participation in the Copa de la, Deportivos, Deportivos? Women. What is this? And her continued investment in women's soccer reflects her commitment to the future of the sport. Okay, said participating in North America debut of the World Sevens football is a significant milestone for our club. He stated, Eduardo Calderon the vice president is a man. Oh Lord, we see this more as a tournament. We see this as more than a tournament. It's a platform to amplify the voices and talent of South America soccer players. At Deportivo Cali, we have always believed in building from the base, investing in youth and making soccer grow. Being part of World 7 Football, a global tournament that shares those values, is both an honor and a responsibility that we can proudly assume. Yeah, I mean, because I never really tapped into this team, but like there's another team, but I'm just like, is that the best team in Brazil? Flamengo of Brazil. Are they one of the best teams? We're gonna find out. Cause I'm thinking like, y'all gonna pull up on the Corinthians? You know what I'm saying? They get an invite, but hey, Tigres, Club America. We gonna see how they do against some of these teams, and if they can get the job done. All right. Okay, let's hear a little bit from Myra. Mary. Oh. We don't have to watch it on YouTube because it was just easier that way. All right, and they held this post conference. One thing yesterday they said. All right, but let's see.
Ya acabaron todos esos problemas de lesiones que tuvieron que salir de su cancha, salir también del Benito Juárez y que bueno, ahora enfrentan un nuevo torneo ante Tigres, un alto candidato a obtener el título, pero ustedes también se han buscado ese lugar para competir ante un Tigres que sí lo define la calidad que tienen en cada jugadora, pero ustedes también han demostrado que por eso son unas bravas.
Buenas tardes. Bueno, sí, como bien lo dices, fue un torneo muy complicado, tuvimos de todo, pero creo que pues no había excusas, teníamos que adaptarnos a todo lo que viniera, no por eso íbamos a tirar el torneo o simplemente a rendirnos, no, creo que eso no define al equipo, somos un equipo que ante la adversidad siempre vamos hacia adelante, siempre tratamos de solucionar las cosas, tuvimos igual partidos muy complicados, con muchos errores, pero aún así supimos reponernos. Ahorita se cumplió el primer objetivo más que nada de pasar a liguilla, y ya entrando a liguilla todo el mundo sabe que es un torneo completamente nuevo. Creo que ya lo que uno hizo, pues ya creo que queda eliminado el que se equivoca, ¿verdad? Así que entonces ahorita tenemos esta nueva oportunidad de seguir peleando para seguir haciendo historia. Queremos hacer historia con el club, queremos pasar a esa semifinal primero, así que ahorita estamos muy ilusionadas, muy motivadas, y sabemos que Tigres es un gran rival, pero también nosotros tenemos esa actitud de querer ir con todo, y contra este equipo siempre creo que hemos hecho muy buenos partidos los dos equipos, así que va a ser un partido muy interesante, estamos muy motivadas.
Con respecto a eso,
Yeah, they confident. Suarez, like, look, out on paper is favorable to Suarez. On the pitch, I mean, we've watched the games, so it's just like, Tigres, like, you have to, they have to create. They will have to express something. Players will have to create some connection, and I guess if I had the time to look back at all the lineups Pedro put out against Suarez, and even though, like I said, they said 4 matches, they ain't won. What did he change and what didn't he change? And then actually go watch the games and see what happened, what worked, what didn't work. And now it's like, boom, this is, of course, everything that they are looking at right now. Wanting to know how we going to beat this team to advance. And like I said, if Tigres get through on draws, I mean, I'm sorry, Pedro fired. You know what I mean? So, wow. They're confident, and as they should be. But she said they're thinking about making history, semifinals, and she said that when we played, we've had really good matches. So it's like, yep.
¿Cómo manejan la presión que pone la gente, los medios de comunicación, los aficionados, de que ya pasaron a liguilla, han pasado en 5 ocasiones, 4 veces consecutivas, pero ahora ya buscan una semifinal? Que ya no solamente es pasar por pasar, sino que ahora quieren que ustedes, las Bravas, den ese paso adelante.
Pues más que nada no lo vemos como presión, lo vemos ya como también nosotros estamos conscientes de eso, de que ya no somos un equipo de que con clasificar ya nos conformamos, no. Nosotras, todo el club, el cuerpo técnico, las jugadoras, todas estamos conscientes de que tenemos equipo para poder pelear, aspirar a más cosas, así que nos enfocamos en eso, en primero que nada clasificar, y ya clasificando a pelear por esa semifinal y obviamente vernos en una final y también ese campeonato tan anhelado que queremos regalarles a esta ciudad. Así que ahorita nos estamos enfocando en este partido porque sabemos que es una oportunidad más para poder aspirar a esa semifinal. Así que ahorita estamos con esa motivación y es obvio que nos presionen por eso, porque ellos saben que tenemos equipo y también nosotros, así que estamos enfocados en eso.
Hola. What do y'all think changed with Suarez? Like, why do y'all think they, like, thinking like this team now is capable of competing against the best? And when you think about it, yes, I feel so too. The mature, like I said, Club America, their identity, they have, they're bringing in some of the Spanish players. I know, what's his name? You got Panos in the back. Well, you still got Scarlett, the young Montesi. We got what's her name? What damn? Palacios. There you go, Kiana. You still got your main Mexico, even youth. But it's still, the identity is kind of like, it's kind of mesh. But it's like they've already been in opportunities to win the title, and that collective has just not got it done. This one's a little bit different. Yeah, they brought in the other Spanish player, but it's just like that's still the same core of Club America. Now, like I said, I don't really know if they're playing Sarah as much as they did. I know they brought in that other girl that plays a CDM. She's more like a bruiser archetype, but it's just like, will this get Club America over the line? They have to play Monterrey, right? And Monterrey, they fired their coach. Like, shit, I didn't even know they had fired Amelia back then. And I'm like, damn, they sold Burdell to Washington Kang Spirit, and now they fired their coach that helped them get back-to-back championships. It's like, Monterrey, what are y'all thinking? Or what happened to Monterrey? They got the gym, Ali Soto. They still have Lucia Garcia and what happened to they got Servien. They sold Delgadillo, right? To who she go play for? Is she over there with Monterrey? And Birkenroll. It's like, so what's going on with Monterrey? I mean, even they have Kathy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like Monterrey, Club America, that match should be really good with the players that we kind of know about. That's a clash, So I'm just like, whoever get out of that matchup, I mean, damn, I'm glad it's not Tigres. Like, having to play, you played Monterrey with a different team. Burnell was there, the captain, but she's not there no more. So it's like, Club America, will y'all beat Monterrey? And Monterrey, it's like, damn, y'all felt like, why did it fall off? Like, how Monterrey fall off with Burnell leaving? Like, there's no way. Y'all still in the postseason, but it's like, what changed with Monterrey? Was it really the firing of the coach? It's like, damn, did y'all really like sack Amelia after she just won two championships for y'all, then y'all fired her? Like, she had a rough season? It's like, damn, like sometimes you just need more time. But hey, that's it. They gave you no love, Amelia. Like, is that what it is? They gave her no opportunity. Like, nah, you making us look bad. Cap, we firing you. But she brought you 2 titles. Yes, I know. Even I was questionable about under the titles and how they got one. But still, that's on paper on her shit. Like, that's what she did. Like, so it's like her not getting the benefit of the doubt is very savage in Monterrey. So, look, they don't really got I like a lot of their players, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, Monterrey. Like, come on. Like, what? Whatever, I guess. All right, let's back to Miss Castillo real quick.
Hola Miriam, Rafael Álvarez para Fox Deportes. Con esta experiencia que ya tienen en liguilla, ¿qué hacer para poder vencer a un rival como Tigres? Todo lo que han aprendido en estas series que han tenido anteriormente.
Sí, pues yo creo que hemos tenido liguillas donde nos hemos quedado por tablas, por goles y obviamente también porque de plano hemos cometido muchos errores, así que creo que esta liguilla va a ser de tener mucha paciencia, de saber que ellas nos van a atacar, pero también vamos a atacar, así que simplemente aceptar los momentos del juego y aprovechar cuando tengamos ese balón a favor, aprovechar las jugadas que tengamos y saber defender, porque sabemos que Tigres tiene muy buenas jugadoras arriba, aceptar, saber defender y aprovechar las oportunidades que tengamos, pero simplemente con esa paciencia y no volvernos locas, no hacer algo de más, simplemente seguir el plan de juego y creo que con eso vamos a salir victoriosas.
Mira, buenas tardes, Deportes. Conectando los 2 torneos del pasado y este octavo lugar, el mismo lugar de ahora, el torneo pasado contra América, sí. Ahora contra Tigres, mismas energías. ¿Qué hace la diferencia el torneo pasado a que puedan superar esta primera fase?
Pues yo creo que no, o sea, no es actualmente ahorita, como bien lo vieron, va a ser cada vez más complicado calificar a liguilla. Tuvimos de todo, pero ahorita que ya calificamos, creo que en liguilla es un torneo muy diferente. No quiero como que mezclar lo que es la liguilla pasada, porque son contextos muy diferentes, un rival muy diferente. Ahorita el pasado era Pachuca, tienen estilos completamente diferentes, jugadoras y todo. Así que ahorita lo que es Tigres, sabemos lo que es jugar contra ellas. Ya pues creo que cada que lo hacemos es un partido muy, muy interesante, donde nos atacamos, donde tenemos que defender. O sea, creo que dentro de lo personal va a ser un partido muy intenso y muy emocionante, y creo que todos estamos conscientes de eso. Va a ser un rival que te deja jugar y aparte que también te va a hacer pues jugar, así que estamos emocionados, sabemos que va a ser un partido muy bueno.
Yeah, so they said just to qualify for the playoff was going to be tough. So that was their look. That's what I got from her. So the fact that they qualify for playoffs, it's a new tournament. Like, and then the fact that they got a favorable playoff team too, a team that actually on paper hasn't beaten y'all, it's another plus. So yeah, I think Suarez is flying as they should be, because it's just like, bro, like how can you say they shouldn't be not confident? Like, why would you say Suarez shouldn't be confident? You know what I mean? Like, this is a Tigres team that hasn't won silverware in a couple seasons. So it's like, Suarez is like, hey, nigga, look, we trying to make history against against Mexico's best, the most championships best. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is where they're like, damn, we get Tigres, a team. It's like, you think of Suarez, it's like, damn, this is maybe the only time we get to beat them. Or this is the time we beat them, and then we create that energy, that portal to go through for other teams. Be like, look, this is when we conquered it all. And Tigres, I'm like, hey, look, the pushback it's not going to be easy. Obviously, based upon prior experiences, Suarez is going to hold it down. You know what I'm saying? They gotta get they on a different mindset right now. So it's like, I wish you were able to listen to more of what Pedro had to say, or at least subtitles. So y'all go talk to Tigres Femenil's management and get these subtitles for us, so we can actually hear some of the rhetoric. Especially because it's different rhetoric from has how when we tapped into let me see something real quick. How we tap into England sometimes, and then how it is in Mexico, and then honestly, okay. Anyways, okay, let's hear a little bit. What we got? We still got a good 40 minutes from kickoff, right? Still good.
Buenas tardes, Emiliano para Somos Bravos. En cuestión a esto de fases finales del equipo, tengo una serie de anotaciones que me gustaría compartírtelas y ver tu opinión. Tienes más de 7 torneos con el equipo de Bravas, esto equivale a 3 años y medio. Tienes 8.143 minutos disputados, torneo regular y fase final. Tienes 110 partidos oficiales en Liga MX Femenil, 4 goles en toda tu estadía. Si no me equivoco, es tu cuarta liguilla con el equipo de las Bravas. Y estás dentro de la pequeña lista de jugadoras que tienen más de 3 liguillas con Bravas, como lo es el caso de Yulita Zingano, Mónica Rodríguez, Blanca Solís, por supuesto Yasmín Cázares, Karime Bud, Greisa Santegua, no sé si me pasa alguna otra jugadora. Y sobre todo, ¿qué mensaje le mandas a la afición que te tienen, pues por decirlo en un peldaño, como una referente del equipo de las Bravas?
Pues el mensaje que les puedo decir es de que si ya nos apoyaron cuando el equipo estaba pues en las malas, en una posición donde estábamos peleando por los últimos lugares, que fue cuando yo recién llegué, que estábamos pues peleando por esa transición del último a mínimo llegar a media tabla o hasta calificar. Creo que ahorita es cuando más los necesitamos. Tenemos que esa afición se haga notar aquí en casa. Los demás equipos no les gusta venir a jugar acá, saben que venir a Juárez, venir aquí es muy pesado, tanto porque notan lo que es la afición, notan también el viaje, no están acostumbradas, que es muy, muy, muy pesado. Así que simplemente eso, que nos sigan apoyando ahorita en esas instancias. Tenemos una nueva oportunidad, cada liguilla es una nueva oportunidad para seguir haciendo historia, y esta liguilla queremos marcar esa historia, queremos que nos recuerden como ese equipo que hizo grandes cosas, y si no es ahora va a ser más adelante, pero sabemos que ahorita es la oportunidad y que tenemos que aprovecharla. Simplemente eso, que nos sigan apoyando, que vengan al estadio el día de mañana y van a ver que se van a llevar esa sensación de que va a ser un buen partido, y vamos a ir por ese partido el día de mañana, porque en casa aquí tenemos que ir con todo.
Yo, man, Suarez not playing around, bro. They not playing around. It's given, it's 50-50. It's given, we could beat you. You know what I mean? And you haven't beaten us, so. And it's like, they want to make history. That's another thing. They want to make history. Another thing they've been preaching. I mean, will this be their season? I mean, for me, Tigres, no, that can't be it. This is to me our most technical, our most explosive side, the most, based upon my observation, how long I've been tapped in for. You may have seen a different Tigres team if you've been tapped in long before I came along. But to me, one of the best teams we've been able to see, maybe not on, I just think the football's been better. I just think we have better archetypes. How about that? I think that we have better players than last season. Now the like I said, the coaching, the tactics may be different, and then even on paper, because the Tuzas are better, a lot of these other teams are better, so you're not getting, teams don't have, literally Tigres only won just because of goals. So it's like it's more competitive just to win the table, just to win the quote unquote top position, for you can have home advantage in playoffs, right? So just to do that, it is getting difficult in this league. So, but for them to be back at the top, it's like, I feel like they weren't there last year. That's why they missed out on the CONCACAF Champions Cup. And I feel like that's definitely incentive for the clubs. New tournaments being created for your top team. The CONCACAF Champions Cup is just like the Champions League for all the teams that be able to participate in it. And Tigres, they had to bend the knee to Gotham. But Club America there, Tuzas there, Monterrey there, almost getting opportunities to win that title before Tigres do. So that's why, to me, that's the tournament they had to be in. And they were in it. They just lost in the final. And then they got to get back into that positioning. The first top 2 teams in Mexico. But it's going to be difficult. And that's what I really like about right now. But I do feel like we have great players. This team has great players to build upon. And we got to see a couple key additions. Mia, right? She's like a fullback. I think she's very, very good just with the ball and like creating I guess creating options or outlets for herself. She escapes trouble really quickly for her size as well, so she's only going to get better. And then I know that the U17 and some of the other girls, they're winning and they've been very successful going further in tournaments for Mexico. So it's like we all know Mexico is growing in the talent pool. And so as they continue to grow, we're going to see what different archetypes Tigres need to plug in, maybe younger or even attract internationally to, when we do face NWSL teams with like Barbra Bandas, which we're going to talk about, but Shadwingas and Kansas and some of these other archetypes in NWSL for this little tournament that they get to participate in. But then, of course, domestically, just being a consistent team that is in the playoffs and, winning trophies, but mainly just 1, 2, top 3 team, top 4 team, can't really drop below that. I mean, you're not, what's going on when you drop before? And this is the standard that they set. Hey, look, this is how y'all, this is the standard that they set. And so this is the standard that we're kind of expected. So like I said, it's been 3 seasons, Monterrey twice, Tuzas. It's been too long. It's been too long. Okay, it's just been too long since they tasted glory. And a lot of teams think, you may need to wait a little bit longer. Suarez definitely talking like, we here to do the impossible. We're here to create history against Tigres. So it's like, damn, how do you combat a team that on paper you haven't done well against, and they're talking like, yo, we're going to make history, and you're going to be a part of it, and you're the best team to make history against. Even Anita says, your team is the most talented. You have a deeper talent pool. But it's like, are they organized? Does Pedro have his lineup against Suarez? It's like, damn, dude, you didn't change anything. At least this season, it's like, damn, these playoffs are going to prove what we got here. So it's always good to have, this first test for Tigres is very good for the playoffs. I think if you watch Cruz Azul on Tuzas, Charlene's goals, her first goal was like, come on now. Like when you watch her, she just kind of like patiently waited for herself to hit it, and like outside of the foot, and I think the next one was a header or something. Oh, see, I got niggas flying in here, nigga. Oh, okay, so I got niggas flying in here. Oh, okay.
Hola, Miriam. Las reglas cambian en liguilla. No hubo VAR toda la fase regular. Ahora habrá VAR en liguilla. ¿Qué tan importante es esto? Y una segunda, a nivel...
I know it said bar, but I think he meant VAR. I know the translation was bar, but I think VAR. So VAR is in Liga MX Femenil playoffs. Now, will this help? It should, right? It's a helper. Are you offsides on your onside? And hopefully we don't have too much of that to delay the game, and we just keep the game flowing. But yeah, VAR is in post playoffs, right? I think that's what they said. Okay, because I don't know what they, I think that's what they said. But yeah, that's good. Right? We want technology to help improve, to help benefit the referees, to help hold the game in integrity of itself. So when the game has like, oh shit, we got VAR to be able to see what actually happens. We see how the energy gets manipulated based upon the angles. You may see one thing in this perception, but the other thing tells the other story, the real story. You know what I'm saying? Are players flopping? Do you read the energy behind tackles? Are you able to read it? And it's just like, okay. So VAR gives us another insight into the realm of football, how it's managed authentically. That's what you want. As you all know, well, Mexico is the stronghold, but in other geographical locations, they weaponize it. But like I said, Mexico, we gonna see how y'all handle this VAR stuff. It should be a helper as that's what it's there. That's what I'm imagining the person that created it That's what it's for, to be a helper. You know what I mean? And make it short and sweet. Like I said, when in doubt, what was your first instinct? Is it a goal? Is it a not goal? Go with your gut. And like at the end of the day, if you went with your gut and it was wrong, and you're consistently wrong, nigga, you may need to do some things. But if you went with your gut and you're like, man, I gotta do what I gotta do. Hey, look, you get to sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's hear a little bit more. But so VAR is here. LOL.
Institución, ¿cómo ves una semana tan importante donde ustedes disputan liguilla, donde Bravos ya está en play-in, todavía aspira a liguilla directa? A nivel institucional, que de a poco los dos equipos se empiecen a acostumbrar a esos escenarios más importantes.
La verdad es muy padre porque, digo, cada que salimos a entrenar, pues también está entrenando la sub-21, está entrenando el primer equipo de los hombres y ya vamos en nosotras. Y cada que vemos a los entrenadores o al entrenador de la sub-21, siempre es de que venga, felicidades chicas, y también mutuamente de que venga, vamos a pasar, todos vamos a pasar, y es algo padre que entre categorías nos apoyemos porque sabemos que este es un proyecto que va a seguir creciendo, y el hecho de ver que tanto la 21, que ya jugó una final, obviamente, bueno, la categoría pasada, pero en sí es el mismo cuerpo técnico, que ya jugaron una final, que también el primer equipo de los hombres ya también ya calificaron y aspiran a calificar directamente a una liguilla, es algo padre y te motiva que el proyecto va en buen camino. Simplemente hay que tener esa paciencia que yo sé que Bravos poco a poco Bravos y Bravas poco a poco se están posicionando en ese lugar donde pues la dueña quiere que esté. Así que ahorita es muy emocionante ver que todos estamos por esa línea. Ahorita nosotras vamos a empezar ya ahorita con la liguilla. Los hombres todavía falta que terminen su torneo, que para ver si se van a cuartos o los play-in, pero aún así lo emocionante es que todos nos motivamos y todos nos apoyamos, y eso es algo padre como institución. Y pues nosotros ahí estamos más que emocionadas, ya queremos que sea mañana, porque como bien ya lo he dicho, se marca una nueva historia y creo que vamos por esa línea de que queremos ir por esa semifinal.
¿Y el tema del VAR qué tan importante es ahora en liguilla?
Pues creo que ya es algo que todos sabemos, que en liguilla siempre hay VAR. Simplemente adaptarnos, y creo que es bueno porque pues ya bien lo ven que hay veces que se necesita ese apoyo para los árbitros, que lo necesitan, así que creo que ahorita en liguilla con el tema del VAR les va a ayudar demasiado, nos va a ayudar demasiado, y también nosotros como jugadoras nos tenemos que adaptar y tener cuidado ante esa situación, y simplemente seguir haciendo pues lo mismo, jugar, pero con tener ese cuidado de no cometer una tontería, porque pues nos puede costar caro.
Miriam.
All right. Yeah. So we talk a little bit about VAR. Well, yeah, like I said, she says that. So, like I said, I don't know the history on. I guess I can go on Wikipedia, the history of VAR, but based upon these conversations that we've learned so far, is apparently the last time that they were 8th place, they placed Club America, and then the last time I think she said Tuzas. So they're in a position again, but now still a favorable opponent. I'm not too sure how their record was against Tuzas and Club America in the prior seasons, but right now, currently, wherever they were talking about preseason, and I guess in totality this whole season, mainly the conversation, based upon what I'm getting is getting to the playoffs was going to be difficult. So the fact that they got there was amazing. And if it is the 8th place team, because Tigres were the first team, they got the last place. So this is, last place energy teams. They're like, it is a different type of thing. And like I said, with all that momentum against a team that team that hasn't beat them, like I said, I mean, myself personally, I'm not worried, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm detached, but it's just like, you cannot not give Suarez the benefit of the doubt, thinking that they are going to do really well and create history with the first leg, mind you, create history. Because like I said, the first leg, I mean, look, Is it? And, we're gonna see what it's all about. Like I said, has they dropped the lineup yet? I'm saying, do I need to go on Google? I mean, X to see who we gonna have in the lineup? I mean, it's postseason. Okay, let's hear some more a little bit.
Dos preguntas rápidamente. Sí. Ahorita que hablabas sobre el crecimiento que ha tenido la institución, hemos visto que han volteado a ver a los Bravos y ha habido más convocatorias a la selección mexicana. Lo vemos con la sub-17, en el caso de Diego Ochoa, también Chloe que está jugando, bueno, va a jugar una semifinal de la Copa del Mundo. ¿Qué te hace sentir de que ya cada vez Bravos es más protagonista, de que vemos esos llamados? Y en una segunda pregunta, si me lo permites, ahorita hablabas de lo que es venir al estadio Benito Juárez, pero también ir al Volcán en una fase final. Sabemos que la gente también se da cita, va a ser en domingo este partido. ¿Cómo manejar la parte mental y que no interfiera tanto la afición, que mucho se dice son ese jugador número 12? Aquí en Bravas lo vemos, sí, y la afición siempre está metida en el partido. En Tigres, en muchas ocasiones, pues van y disfrutan más del partido y no están 100% metidos en esto.
Bueno.
Damn, she hit her with a double layered question. But okay, so she said the first things that really stood out to me was that the youth, they have a couple players getting called up to the international stage. One player at the World Cup, one player at another level. So she said being protagonists, being a destination for girls that have the opportunity, have the platform to ascend even further into the international state, and that club that she plays for, is on the up and up, even through the younger generation. I mean, I'm not too sure if these girls play, if Suarez have teams underneath them like Tigres do, like a U17. But I'm thinking mainly they're just talking about internationals, and those two players, I guess, that play are actually playing for Suarez, like physically with the elders, like, anyways, with the full group. So that's what I'm thinking, because I'm not familiar with these two players she called out, because they're youngins, but they already doing big things. And like I said, we're gonna see what she else, because she also asked the question, some more questions after that. But let's see what she has to say.
Bueno, pues primero el tema de que cada vez están volteando a ver más aquí en la frontera. Es algo padre, quiere decir que se están haciendo las cosas bien, tanto en las básicas, por ejemplo el tema de Chloe también, que ahorita está jugando una semifinal, también los chicos de la sub-17, y también porque sí me gusta estar como que muy informada. Tengo entendido que uno o los dos son de aquí de Juárez, no, porque vi ahí una nota. O sea, eso es algo emocionante para la gente que de aquí de Juárez, que quieren ver a los juarenses crecer, triunfar. Es algo emocionante. Eso quiere decir que están haciendo bien las cosas en las básicas, y también pues cada vez en la mayor están volteando a ver, en el femenil están volteando a ver más a nosotros, a las jugadoras, así que creo que vamos por muy buen camino, y esperemos que sigamos por esa línea, porque está dando fruto, está dando resultados en todas las categorías, y es algo padre que ahora sí están volteando a ver acá, porque creo que antes no volteaban mucho acá para la frontera, pero yo siempre le he dicho a ella que ella ha sido una pieza muy importante en esto, que por ella abrió muchos caminos aquí a la frontera, y eso es algo bueno, y sirve que todo el mundo debe de aprovechar eso, todo el mundo, y también los hombres ahorita que están haciendo muy buen papel en la Liga MX. Entonces creo que todos debemos aprovechar las oportunidades que se dan, y pues seguir por esa línea. Y el tema de ir también al volcán, pues sí, creo que cada afición, cada estadio debe de aprovechar lo que le toca, ¿verdad? El rol. Así que todos sabemos que ir al volcán también es algo emocionante, pero se siente una vibra muy padre. O sea, como jugador yo creo que también eso te motiva, porque lo ves así de una forma de que wow, o sea, se siente, pero no nos debe como que de sacar en nuestra cabeza. Al final ellos están pues por fuera, y lo importante es que nosotros lo que tenemos que hacer por dentro. Creo que nos debemos de enfocar en eso. Y si bien la verdad yo nunca escucho mucho nada cuando me ha tocado jugar allá, donde sí escucho mucho es aquí. No sé por qué, si bien no sé, no está tan cerca, creo que está más cerca allá del volcán, pero pues cada estadio debe de hacer lo que le toca y la afición de Tigres obviamente va a ir a apoyar a su equipo con todo, y pues aquí también los Bravos, nuestra afición nunca se va a dejar y también aquí nos van a apoyar con todos. El equipo de Tigres lo sabe, ya le tocó a Ovalle en su momento también cuando vino, pero esa es la parte bonita del fútbol, donde los locales se hacen notar tanto con la afición, y todos sabemos que ahí en Tigres pues la afición también le gusta mucho el fútbol, pero me gusta ver cómo cada vez más aquí en Juárez la afición viene mucho a apoyarnos al femenil, y eso es algo bonito, y eso es algo que la gente a nivel nacional lo está viendo y lo resaltan demasiado, así que simplemente pues saber qué afición va a pesar más.
Yeah, so she said that the fact that they're looking at the border. So geographically, is that where Suarez is located, near a border? So the fact that at the U level, there's some eyes paying attention to that club, and yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense. We know that Mexico. We've been tapped into Mexico. We've been doing the work too, identifying the players, because that's why we've been literally. This is the first season I really haven't been tapped into the league, but we've been identifying based upon watching the players play, watching the teams play, what collective of players from Mexico that are already in Mexico that need to be playing on a maybe even higher level, ascend. That's why we had Jackie have to go to Mexico. Now that's why we had Burnell go to NWSL. That's why now we have Jackie that went to NWSL. We already had players like Diana, Maria in NWSL, but now they're back here to get, so it's like it's been working. They got a collective, and they just got to continue to scout, because Mexico have a very, very good opportunity once again. Like I said, they hosted their own World Cup. Mexico hosted their own World Cup, Copa 71. Y'all hosted your own World Cup for the women, and just watching the video, I don't know if everything was true in the video, but they had a whole rhetoric talking about y'all wanted such and such amount of money to play, so they robbed y'all that energy of just playing, and when people started talking about money and all this stuff, and then like I said, Mexico have an opportunity to get back. I wouldn't say on the mountaintop, but Mexico have an opportunity to continue to produce a healthy national team consistently, performing at the Olympics and World Cup, just because they have the teams, the infrastructure. It looks like they have the pipeline. They have everything that you would say a nation needs to have a successful women's national team compete consistently against top nations. So it's like, I don't see anything that's stopping Mexico at this moment besides themselves, because I feel like they have everything. Just continue to scout. And if you have the fan currency, you have the community currency, so you continue to build on that. Like I said, myself personally, I'm an outside observer. I'm in America, and you know what I'm saying, I fuck with Mexico heavy. And all the videos I made on Mexico, just reading into what energy y'all have and what y'all have showcased, aka mirrored through the game of women's football, based upon my observations, is one of the best based upon all the other leagues that I tap into. So it's like, Mexico have a woman president as well, so they got a lot of things going for them. And it's nice to tap into a team like Suarez against my team Tigres, a team that is motivated. They're in a position that they want to be in, made playoffs. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. They feel like they can make history. And Tigres, they're like, hey, look, I'm sorry, not today. It has to be that type of energy. But then again, you ain't really created that all season against this opposition. So this is it should be a very interesting match. We're going to see from the get-go. Like I said, me myself personally, I'm detached. We're going to see. I got to peep that lineup. I got to go on Google and see if the lineup's there. But like I said, just what we got for Suarez is, they're confident, as they should be, because everything backs them on paper. And like I said, when you're consistently in a position in the 8th place back-to-back seasons, you kind of like, all right, bet. And like I said, they really thought that making the playoffs was going to be very difficult this year. So I really want to know, like, the fact that they got there. I do think it has to show a lot about their team identity. Like, they did get to the playoffs. 8 other teams didn't. So just on rip, And then, like I said, you're the last place team. You have to get that's a team that has something that they created, and the fact that they've done it multiple seasons is also showing something that they're like, okay, we can sustain getting to the playoffs for 3+ seasons. It's like, okay, now it's like, bam, that's the next level. So that's why, as far as you give them the benefit of the doubt energetically. So it's like, all right, let's wrap this one up.
Desde aquel la apertura 2022 que llegas a la institución, ¿cómo ha sido tu andar con el equipo? ¿Has sufrido liguillas? ¿Has estado en partidos buenos, excelentes y algunos no tan buenos? Todo este caminar hasta la fecha de hoy, ¿cómo te has sentido? ¿Cómo ha sido todo este trayecto aquí?
Pues la verdad, yo estoy muy contenta. Yo desde que llegué al principio, pues como todo, ¿verdad? Cuando uno lo invitan al proyecto, primero no conoces mucho Juárez, te hace dudar, pero ya cuando llegas aquí te das cuenta que es una realidad completamente diferente, que la gente es muy buena, la ciudad, yo vivo muy tranquila aquí en la ciudad, así el equipo, no, ¿qué puedo decir de mis compañeras? O sea, desde que llegué hasta ahorita, yo me he sentido súper bien, como en casa, como en familia. Es un grupo muy tranquilo. No tengo quejas sobre eso. Simplemente Juárez me volvió a dar esa segunda oportunidad donde sigo teniendo como objetivos en el fútbol. Y creo que una vez se lo dije igual al profe, al mister, que yo creo que si yo hubiera perdido ya ese amor por el fútbol, yo ya me hubiera retirado, y Juárez me dio otra vez ese amor, esa segunda oportunidad de tener objetivos, de seguir creciendo, así que estoy muy feliz aquí, y eso es lo que me gusta, que todavía tenga esa chispita, esas ganas de cada que voy a entrenar, voy con todo, y simplemente eso me gusta todo lo que estoy viviendo aquí en Juárez, porque sigo creciendo futbolísticamente.
¿Alguna otra pregunta?
All right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So she, like I said, she is an elder player. I believe she's like 30 something, 33 something. So yeah, she could have, like she said, she could have retired, but her passion for football, and I guess that's really good. Like I said, especially for the you think about how many players that we have right now in the league that are, you want to say 30 plus. Charlene's doing her big thing right now. Once again, like, it's crazy. So Charlene leading the standard for the elders when it comes to Liga MX, and she's a goal scorer as well. So it's like, look. I don't look when we fast forward, if we'll see if we have Charlene's scoring this amount of money. I mean, this amount of goals. Oh my god! Hold on, y'all. So there's something that I got opposition in here. All of a sudden, opposition's in the building. Yeah, because I had something flying. Well, maybe not. Okay. What we got? Let's see. And also, if you watch the Cruz Azul match, if you didn't watch the Cruz Azul match, Santiago made some crazy saves. So she had to make some saves that kept Tigres like really close, like kept them like from bay. But it looks like we got the lineup here real quick. So let's tap in, see what let's see what this lineup looking. Oh no! What y'all think? Did y'all already see the lineup? Oh, I'm about to see it right here. Goodness gracious. Okay. So as expected, Diana, Maria, and Timby, Catlana are in our front. And I expected that. Now, it was about what we were going to see in the midfield with Jenny. Because it looks like we're going to have a Jenny, Eve, Mayor midfield. And I'm like, where's Natalia at? What happened? So, nope, we're going to have Lopez, Greta, Farmer, and who was the other player? Fuck. Goodness. Let's go back. Mayor. Oh, that's right, Alex. Delgadillo. Oh, Lord. See, oh, gosh. Yeah, that's right. Delgadillo. I forgot. She's in the midfield. So we're going to have, okay, so Eve's actually in the back line. So it's going to be Eve, Lopez as the fullbacks with Farmer and Greta as the center backs. And then we're going to have Mayor, Delgado, and Jenny in the midfield. And Mayor and Delgado, I mean, do they play well together? Not really. I mean, Delgado, she's getting, like, for me, Delgado was definitely a different player when we first saw her. But still, it's like, you rather have a better center back and have Farmer play that midfield with Jenny and Mayor. That's just me. Because I've been watching Delgado. And it's like, she's not Nayeli. She's not Mercado. So it's like, I'm just saying. But Pedro, this is who Pedro wants to start. So, in the front three, we trust. Where's he? Like I said, Cruz Azul. Not Cruz Azul. Suarez. I mean, they ain't playing around, bro. Let me look. One more thing. Let's see if they got a lineup for us. Suarez. We're not too sure. Let me see. Because, have they started yet? Okay, they have. Damn. All right, y'all. The match has already started. Oh, not already started, but the ladies are already walking out. So we're going to end it right here. All right. Thanks for tuning into the pregame. Good pregame. We got a lot of energy off. We have to talk about Barbra Banda soon, but as for right now, I'll catch you on the flip. All right. Enjoy the game. Watch with your eyes open. I mean, it's just